This is a new member of our crew. Have it your way, little Miss Con Artist. Come back to the ship with me and be my servant. Come in. Eddie, show our guest to her seat. Eddie, our guest doesn't seem too appreciative of your form of hospitality. No cause for alarm. They don't bite people. At least, they don't bite honest people. I'm all ears. You've always admired my reputation, you say. Do you know my name, then? Lucien's the name. Seems a bit long as a title. But I suppose this person of whom you speak is indeed myself. It appears you recognize me. Adore me? Does that include the lady you serve? So you want to follow me and become a pirate, do you? And what good would keeping you around do for me? I couldn't rightly refuse such a kind, sincere offer now, could I? But to become one of my crew, there has always been an unwritten oath one must take. And to take it, you must drink poisoned rum to prove your fealty to me. Don't worry too much. Your honesty is the best antidote to preserve your life. As long as you don't betray me, you'll never taste the poison's bone-piercing sting. You're hesitating, little Miss Con Artist. Is this the extent of your determination, then? You're sure? Well then, welcome aboard, Miss Con Artist. You look like you could use 40 winks. Why don't you get some shut-eye? I don't need much sleep myself and might not rest until very late. So if you're sleepy, then sleep. Don't feel obliged on my account. Since you drank the oath drink, I recognize you as a member of my crew. You don't need to feel pressured to prove your ability to me. Unless perhaps you have some reason that you simply have to stay awake. Don't get your knickers in a twist. Although, to get such a reaction out of you, perhaps I said something that hit close to home. I suddenly recall that recently I find myself exhausted every morning. A few times I was so sound asleep that they had to postpone the morning assembly. I would be very much obliged. We can't be compared to the nobles here. We don't have that many rooms. But there is a place where you can sleep. Is there something wrong with that? You've been staring at me for a long time. Is something wrong? Can you read? We'll get to that. But first, I'm curious. What interesting stories did you happen to soak up? The Kunpeng. If I told you I'd seen one before with my own eyes, would you believe me? When I had just left my family, I boarded a vessel heading east. We drifted on the high seas for months, so long that I doubted whether any Eastern kingdom even existed. But we finally reached it. There are many spellcasting wizards there, and they work together to conjure up a fantasy continent. On this continent, everything looks incredibly lifelike. There are lush forests, sprawling grasslands, and vast deserts. But what left the deepest impression on me were those great flying fish you spoke of. Why do you think that? But what if I told you that a kunpeng must maintain a certain body temperature over the long term? And if they don't return to the ocean depths in time, then the high-altitude sunlight becomes imminently lethal to them. Would you still think these temperature-bound kunpengs were so free? Perhaps from their perspective, they consider flying into the sky a type of risk. If it weren't for catching birds for food, perhaps they would never make the choice to take to the skies. Rather than considering it a choice, I am inclined to see it as their survival instinct and as a constraint of nature. And since it's an instinct and a constraint, naturally there is no freedom to speak of. Do you think the people on this ship are free? And yet they remain all the while my crew, working for me. The only reason I don't put restraints on them is because I know their goals and mine are aligned. With our understandings in alignment, this ship will never sail off course. It will always head in the same direction. Perhaps this freedom you speak of exists in some other ideal world. But on these seas, there is always someone holding the reins of authority. If someone feels pained or perplexed by this, then perhaps what she must do is think of a way to steer this world in the direction of her yearning. I will hold a small feast for the returned sailors. But you look a little fatigued. Today, you don't need to wait upon me. You saw it too. Well, then I'd need to know whether or not this person had chosen the same course as me. If a captain fears the wind and waves, then his ship can only stagnate in some narrow stretch of sea. And supposing I was to end up being swallowed by the sea, then that only goes to show that I wasn't cut out to sail it to begin with. The sea is objective and impartial, and I will wholly abide by its judgment. Would you prefer to sail under a captain with no self-confidence? It appears I am unable to listen to your reply tonight. Remember to tell me tomorrow. I thought you would have prepared some harder stuff. I think you've only got it half right. As for keeping you around, there were many reasons. And these reasons were always changing and propagating at any moment in response to your actions. At the start, it was just curiosity. How much could a pampered young noblewoman actually accomplish on her own anyway? You did accomplish a bit, but not much, and not fiercely enough. So then, I wanted to know what it was that brought you here. And most recently, I wanted to know the answer to that question. Would you prefer to sail under a captain with no self-confidence? You really don't care? Then you can just wait for the nobles to begin their attack, and take advantage of the chaos to find the fragments, or just kill me outright. Don't tell me that as smart as you are, you didn't think of that. Unless perhaps you've got a soft spot, don't you? You're worried I'll get hurt, and that's why you're trying to prevent this battle from happening, isn't it? Apparently, you are sorely lacking in confidence in your captain. Seeing as I'd seen through your intentions from the start, naturally I wouldn't gamble the livelihood of the whole ship. It's true that you sent out the intel, but that doesn't mean I made no countermeasures. My noble lady, it appears this brief foray into piracy has not sufficiently hardened your mettle. You seem unable to survive in this environment. Tell them it's not too late to hand over the fragment. And tell them to attempt no trickery, or else next time we meet, they will not be so fortunate. You seem happy. And you just believed me. You believed that I poisoned you. I could just tell you were clearly up to something, but were pretending to play it cool. So I thought I'd tease you a little. The poison rum may have been a lie, but I hope the oath you made can still be real. Because for the first time, I am yearning to know, what course does a certain someone wish to chart for this world? Therefore, your punishment is that you must let me be your one and only captain forever.